Hello, so mates. Good evening. All right, so if you love the pocket style you're seeing, stick around and watch this video to the end to learn how I achieved this simple design using my zigzag machine. All right, so the first thing to do here is to get your fabric. Then the fabric length is a width of 6 inches, 6 inches width, 6 inches, 6.5 inches width. Then the length is 10 inches, right? Or the length of your choice. So 6 inches by 10. Then you gum and iron to get the middle. So the gumming, I use paper gum, that's gum stay, and then gummed it in this form and got the middle. So the next thing to do now is to mark out or draft out the width of the pocket you might wish to have. So I'm using 4 inches pocket. I will mark out 4 inches here, and then that's 2 inches from the middle line on both sides, and then I will draw the line. So this is a template of where the pocket will be, so for me to know how to position the designs all through. Then after that, the next thing to do here is to fold this way and then give it a V slash at the down part of the pocket to indicate where you have at your down. And then after that, you have it in this form, and then I will indicate the pocket length as well to make sure I have a range of what I'm working with or working for, right? And then after that, the next to do now is to set your machine. So you must have a zigzag machine. So any type of machine that does zigzag is ideal or is good enough to do this. So I'm trying to set the zigzag to the stitch width and stitch length of my choice. Bear in mind that this should not be too big or too small. It should be moderately okay. Then adjust it. This adjusting is peculiar to this particular broader machine, right? And then the next thing I will do now is to do the center panel. So I will stitch all through this way. So while stitching, you also make sure you cross-check the stitch width and the stitch length you have to make sure it gives you a replica of that loose zigzag stitch that you saw on the picture. So after you have done that, you gently stitch all through this way. So you are going to stitch the middle point first. Now the reason for this is to make sure that your pocket length, the center line will serve as an indicator to get the pocket length, right? Then after that, you now start stitching the sides. So look at how it came out. And then after which, the next to do here as well is to use your machine footer as a gauge to stitch the second line as well. Make sure the lines are straight as possible, right? Just gradually do this. So stitch all through this way. Now bear in mind that they have different ways to do this. Some use stone, some use monogram machine, some use embroidered machine, and some use zigzagging machine. So whichever one you want to use, but make sure it's neat as possible, and use a color of thread that will complement the fabric color you have so that everything will rhyme very well. So if you are watching this video, kindly like this video, comment, share, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, to make me have more followers and more subscribers and also more engagement. So after this, the next thing to do here is to repeat the same process again. Now you are the one that will decide on the synchronization of the stitch widths and the stitch heights you want. This is going to give you a random kind of stitching. You're the one to create your own style. Even if you might have seen this or seen mine or anyone online on the internet, you are going to redefine your own style. That was how I got my name Redefined. I try to add my own initiative at every slightest job I am doing. I don't copy verbatim, right? So I repeat the same process all through this way. So repeat the same process all through that way. Now bear in mind that I will still fill the midpoints as well. I'm just trying to get the irregular shapes that I will so wish to have. So after this first stage, I will continue this process over and over again to the point where I have filled up the spaces. So make sure you fill up the spaces with your zigzag machine and make sure it ends at the edge where you will fold. Don't do this when you have folded the fabric, the pocket. You have to stitch this before you start folding. So after that, I'm trying to indicate the heights of those other sides to the other empty area of the pocket in order to have a corresponding thread in there. Or better still, you can still go ahead and stitch it with your own discretion, and make it to have a particular unique design. So you mark it all through that way, just to have the same heights, a corresponding height coming in there. So continue this process all over. As you can see how I am doing this. So you just go through the same process. So if you don't have the money to go to monogram for this or embroidering for this, you can use your normal buttonhole manual machine to create the design. As long as the machine stitches are neat enough, you can go all through this process over and over again. This could be applied both on the sleeves, on the hemline of the top, at the leg of your pants or trousers, at the pocket sides and chest pockets, even on the flaps. This could be applied on all of those areas or likely areas. So now, after you must have done this, you go ahead and repeat the process over and over again. Repeat the process over and over again. Repeat it over and over again, creating that unique feature you so wish. Creating that unique feature you so wish. Cut your threads as shown. Cut your threads as shown. Make sure you take your time to do all of this. Create it all through this way. And then, after you must have done the last one, the next thing to do now is to start filling up the spaces on each of them. The spaces you are filling is to make the gap smaller so that it will look sophisticated, right? It's looking scanty here. So I will still fill up the gaps at the middle and you will arrive in a better result. So after this now, I will start filling up the gaps. So the filling of the gaps, like I said, you must fill each gap to reduce the distance or the spaces in between each other. Alright, so now you are done with the whole threading. You are going to iron from the back, and then fold the down area this way, and this is the sides and this is the result. So look at how beautiful our pocket is looking. So the finishing of the folding I have now is 3.75, so which was my choice. I decided to reduce the finishing, the side. So I will iron all through this way, and then trim off the excesses of the folding, and then this is the result. So at this point there will be no need to still put color gum, but if you still wish to put color gum on the pockets, there's still no problems. The gum stay I used and with the threading I've made is enough to hold the pockets in a very firm position. So use hemming gum and hem the side folding. Now the reason for this hemming gum, like I said, is to make sure that the pocket edge is properly folded, to give you that perfect finishing. And don't always forget to use your clapper to hold it down. So this is the process you undergo to create a lovely pocket just like this. So if you love the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like the video, please comment and share, and also invite your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want us to grow this channel to 100k subscribers by the end of 2024. So if you help me to share this video, I will be able to make or create more videos just like this for your consumption. So this is the end of the illustration. So this is how the pockets process is. Look at how beautiful our pocket is. So you wouldn't know this was done with a manual machine. You would think it was done with a monogram or an industrial designing machine. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye.